day I went over to the shop and I walked in there. Guy and Bernie were sitting down, and business was slow with them. So they were sitting there drinking some of those bootleg. Old boy Sam, I believe, bought that stuff up out of Eden.
Either that or Joe Jones. That might have been some Joe
Might
Jones.
have been Joe Jones.
I believe that's the whiskey he was
But
bringing.
anyway, they were sitting there and they was drinking on it and they was feeling pretty good. So I was talking, ain't nothing going on. He said, well, Bernie suggested we need to go up on the prices. I said, what you mean go up on the prices? You ain't got nothing to do now.
I cleaned the shop out there one time and had 30 some quart jars empty in there.
Yeah, I'm having so.
Now, you know, we went through some liquor
Yeah, I
back
went
in.
through some whiskey.
You know what Raleigh products are? You ever heard of that? Well, see, back in the day, you didn't get out and ride around the stores like we do now. And you've heard of Raleigh products, haven't you? You know, they had Raleigh salve and Raleigh liniment. And then the guy, he had candy in the trunk because you just did rural areas, see. And of course, you know, kids was always going to be wherever he went, so he had that Raleigh candy that he'd give away. But that's what Raleigh, you know, that's what Raleigh was. Well, he always worked out of the trunk of his car. That's the way Joe Jones, he sold liquor. Well, he would come up, Anita, he'd go up yonder Smith Mountain and get 4 or 5 cases of liquor at a time now, in them quart jars. So he'd pull up, throw the trunk open. How many quarts you want? Well, you got 2 or 3 quarts. Now, he didn't back up to the shop. He left the trunk lid open so everybody going down the road could see him getting the liquor out of it and bringing it on in the shop, see. I mean, it was a whole different lifestyle, I'll tell you.
We call them the Raleigh man. They'd come around about once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had routes that they'd come around through the country. See, we didn't have these little convenience stores and all that stuff we could run out and get to. They sold flavoring, liniments, and little old household product things, remedy, kind of remedy medicine they called it. They always had a good sales talk. Back then, you could buy most any kind of flavor for 25 cents.
Was that the tall, skinny, like a tall, skinny square bottle?
Yeah.
It looked kind of like a tombstone.
I reckon it'd be about 4 ounces, wouldn't it?
Yeah, about
A
that.
4 ounce bottle.
If you had a pull muscle, you just took that liniment and rubbed on it and it going in and penetrate. Let's see.
Yeah, that old liniment, they call it Sloan's liniment.
Yeah.
It looked white,
Creamy. That's what I was trying to think of.
Black draft, what is that?
That's a medicine. It looked about like coffee.
Uh-huh.
It was dark, you know, but it was
Black.
pellet, little black pellet foam stuff.
And thick.
But that stuff was a laxative. Dr. Mason, he'd come around to your house and made house calls, riding a horse.
Riding a horse?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
When was this?
Yeah, that was back in the 20s, anywhere from 1920. I could remember now from 1926 on up until he got that old A-model Ford and drove.
When were you born?
Huh?
When were you born?
I was born in 1924.
Okay. What all did you farm?
Oh, we farmed all down there. Sears Farm. We had farmland in North Carolina, back of that old home place down there. Everywhere. Yeah. Well, there's plenty of land. Farmland.
But what kind of crops?
Tobacco and corn.
Mm-hmm.
And my granddaddy, he raised a lot of wheat. He had a lot of tenant farmers. See, he owned several farms.
Mm-hmm.
And he had tenants on places.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them raised a little crop of tobacco. They had a field. Everybody had a place. That was the income, the tobacco. Then the wheat. He raised plenty of wheat. Had wheat threshers come around through the community. At harvest time, all the farmers had wheat through here. Crumpton, Wilson, Stackles, all of them was wheat and farm.
When did you stop raising tobacco?
I stopped in 2003.
So when you were 70?
Stroke, I left the equipment, some of it at the barn. This is one of the stringers still sitting down there. I come on here and I sold my lot, man.
When you were 79, you stopped raising tobacco.
So yeah, probably that. Yeah. I went from France then to Belgium and spent a few days there, crossed the Rhine River into Germany.
Uh-huh.
I was in Germany about 3 days to cross the Rhine River when Hitler surrendered. I was in Germany.
Really?
The war was over. When the seats, we stayed up there a while, filled up some cradles and all that stuff. I was in the engineers.
Mm-hmm.
And that big airfield up there in Frankfurt,
Mm-hmm.
off the super Autobahn, they called it. We called it super highway.
Uh-huh.
And come back down now then after we did some work up there. They shipped me back down to France. Stayed down in Camp Lucky Strike.
Mm-hmm.
From there down to Marseille, France.
Marseille.
So I stayed down to Marseille, France. And so we got reprocessed. I stayed down there during the summer then. Maybe 2 or 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Then the process loaded us up then and en route to Manila
To the Philippines.
in the Philippines.
From France to the Philippines. That was a
Yep.
big change.
I was about 2 days out of Panama when the Japanese surrendered.
Huh.
So that's why they routed me on to the Philippines. I stayed down there 8 months. And then I got to come home.
So what did you do in the Philippines?
I was a construction foreman. I was a supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
We worked on the airstrips, made a, what they call it, Nichols Field was the name of the airport down there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we built a big recreation, engineers built a big recreational center there, It made it nice, so the soldiers and things, they had all kinds of things, and cafeterias and things like that, right? And the airstrip, because that was a big airport.
How did you get to England the first time?
How did you get,
You went from
Queen
New York.
Mary.
So you went on the Queen Mary?
Yeah, I went over on the Queen Mary from Staten Island. We went over in March and shoot, man, you talking about wave, that big old ship. Man, you'd look like you was up on a mountain, that raise that ship way up there and then look off over the side and see them white caps, and then the thing would, when it went down.
Well, did y'all have any destroyers or anything like that?
Oh yeah, you had destroyers walking. You just could see some of them. They'd be so far out, you could just see the mast on the ship up, look like the rest of it is in the water. But they running to escort you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, especially on a troop ship.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, they had them escorts.
What was the first electric thing that you got at your house?
Well, I believe it was a refrigerator.
First thing.
Yeah, they believe, got refrigerator and then they got electric stove.
So did you get lights first and then a refrigerator?
Oh yeah, you gotta have the lights first and the juice.
Yeah.
You got to get that first before you get the refrigerator.
When me and your mama got married, you didn't have a power bill come every month.
Mm-hmm.
It came once every 2 months. That's where your power bill came.
Mm-hmm.
It was $17 and something every 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that, Llewellyne?
Yeah, I remember it wasn't about $5 or $6.
For 2 months.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot, now the surcharge is more than that.
Yeah, it's about $10 surcharge on it.
Just the privilege of having electricity.
And the oil, I can remember buying #1 kerosene over at the trailer. That was was in 71 and 2. And kerosene was 16.9 cents a gallon. And we'd go over at the Bird service station and buy gas in a gas can and go over and pour it in that Luscombe and go up and fly around in that.
Yeah.
Now think about that, Llewellyne. We'd go with a gas can and buy gas at a service station and put in the airplane and go up flying around.
Yeah.
And him sitting in my lap.
Totally safe.
Yeah.
Totally safe, Anita. Then we'd come in and land, and he landed in his backyard, Anita, and had big old potholes in the yard, in the runway. And he'd come in and land, then we'd get out and tie the plane down to the next town.
Well, look,